Thank you, everybody, for coming and showing your support for this wonderful new endowed scholarship that we're just thrilled to announce today from the estate of Warren Jones. My name is Joe Hughes. I'm the Director of Marketing Communications here at the college. There's a statistic that the college likes to boast about and has for a number of years, where the medical school acceptance rate here is 85%. And we've been touting that for a long time. And I'm glad that Kerry Hunter is here because he would hear us touting that for a long time. And Kerry Hunter advises our pre-law students. And he said, is there a reason why we're not touting what our law school acceptance rate is? And I said, well, let's find out what that is. And so we tasked Kerry with helping us get our most recent. And so we've gone back now over the last 7 years to tabulate what our law school acceptance rate is. And it's, 100%. Our law school acceptance rate is 100% over the last 7 years. And currently, we have that statistic on our website, and the person whose face on it is on that graphic is Blake Cowman, who was acting as the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in a mock Supreme Court that Kerry Hunter had, and he was telling me, it's like, yeah, I'm applying to law school. It's like, I don't want to be the guy who breaks the percentage, and my picture is on the website. And guess what? Blake Cowman got into law school, or accepted into law school. Where was it? William and Mary and Washington University. So, he's like, you're going above and beyond and having selections up there. So anyway, it's very fitting that this is going to be helping those students who are interested in going on to law school. It couldn't be more fitting than having this endowed by the family and the estate of Warren Jones, one of our alumni who was a Chief Justice of the Idaho Supreme Court. So anyway, to tell you more about it, please let me introduce our Vice President of College Relations and our Director of Development, Mr. Jack Cafferty.
Thanks, Joe. It's really an honor to be here. Really appreciate this opportunity. So why are we here? We're here today to recognize the tremendous impact that Warren and Karen Jones have left on the College of Idaho through an extremely generous scholarship they established to their estate. Both Karen and Warren tremendously were passionate about education. Warren was valedictorian of his high school graduating class in Arco, Idaho. He came to the college and quickly connected with a professor, imagine that, at the college, George Wolf. Dr. Wolf inspired countless students to pursue the study of law, and he expected a high level of academic performance. Warren was committed to Dr. Wolf's inspiration and spent much of his time at the college committed to his studies. He was a proud member of the Voorhees Hall dormitory and was said to have participated in water balloon shenanigans from the upper floor. I know that might come hard for some to understand, but it did. His studies paid off, and Warren graduated magna cum laude from the College of Idaho in 1965 with a degree in political science. Dr. Wolf was quite impressed with Warren and wrote favorable recommendations. And as a result, Warren went on to the University of Chicago Law School. He received his JD in 1968. Warren never forgot Dr. Wolf's involvement in his life, and he and Karen made it clear that their financial commitment to the college would be in honor of Dr. George Wolf and all he did for Warren. Warren was the commencement speaker in 2008, and in 2015 received the Presidential Medallion, an honor he greatly cherished throughout the end of his life. Karen and Warren intended to leave a legacy at the College of Idaho that would allow students like Warren from small rural communities to have an opportunity to gain a world-class educational experience right here in Idaho. They have done just that. The Warren Jones Scholarship is now our fourth largest scholarship at the College of Idaho. The scholarship will be awarded to students studying political economy with an interest in pursuing law school. This esteemed scholarship will carry on Warren and Karen's legacy in perpetuity. We expect more than 60 students will be impacted by the scholarship in just the next 10 years. And guess what? It'll carry on forever. On behalf of all of us here at the college, we extend a huge thanks to Karen and Warren's family and all their support through the process of creating this scholarship. We also like to thank the college's unsung heroes, the College of Idaho's Planned Giving Committee, who serve as volunteers to help us make gifts like this estate gift possible. We would specifically like to thank Bruce Thomas, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but volunteered countless hours to help us pull together the Jones estate. We look forward to watching Karen and Warren's legacy grow through the lives of students and alumni they will impact. I'm confident Warren, like so many other alumni, were inspired by the words of Dr. Boone, "Let them come, let them all come, and we'll see what they can do." It is now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Chief Justice Roger Burdick.
Well, thank you to the College of Idaho. I guess that young man who went to William and Mary was too dumb to get in the U of I. What was the problem? Oh, yeah. William and Mary was the second choice? You didn't expect it all to be serious, did you? I want to thank the College of Law. I want to thank the co-presidents of the College of Law, two esteemed individuals who I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with. Jim, throughout my adult life, quite frankly. I'd like to say a few words about my good friend and professional colleague, Warren Jones. But also, I'm thankful for the chance to visit with some of your pre-law students and or I guess some theater students and some others here today. Mostly I'm interested in the free lunch. I'm a state employee, so we get food where we can. Some of this we don't need on the TV, by the way. I first met Warren Jones when he came to the court in 2007. During 10 years, I worked with the good justice, and I was fascinated by the stories he told. Not just random stories of the law, lawyers, and juries, but about the very issue we had before the court on the day in question. These stories furnish the court context for background of how these concepts work and what would happen in the real world if we ruled the way we were discussing. Those experiences help shape Idaho's course of law as well as society. His insights carried weight because of his vital trial experience. Trying lawsuits in, I think, 38 of Idaho's 44 counties not only furnished him a unique knowledge of law, but a remarkable insight into the citizens of this great state. After his wonderful, loving wife, Karen, Warren loved the law and he loved Idahoans. He had great respect for Idahoans. He also had great insight because of his work into their daily lives. He very much liked to share his insights with students, law clerks, and other young professionals, and was not at all hesitant to share his insights with the court and to show us how very wrong we were about ready to be. As his neighbors, you would know that. For instance, I heard the story from Warren, and as when you work with a person 10 years, and we both age, we heard the stories more than once. He had a story about how he was in a rural county and the attorney on the other side of the case was he thought an awful lot of himself, let's put it that way. And he walked into the courtroom with a Dasani water bottle. And Warren looked at the jury, looked at that water bottle, and he said, "I knew I was going to win that case." And he did. Just that little insight. Those are the little things that make great men and great women. Justice Jones today is able to help the College of Idaho because of that upbringing, work ethic, and intellect. Warren grew up in and around Montpelier as well as northern Idaho. He graduated high school from Butte County High School in Arco. And like Ivan Doig's novels, this land casts its citizens in its likeness. Without hard work, ingenuity, and motivation, the land doesn't produce a living. Have you been to Arco? That is a tough place to make a living. Warren grew up poor with no thought of college, but imbued with the qualities of the land. Luckily, he followed a high school buddy to the College of Idaho on scholarship, filling out his application on the last day. His life was never the same. Applying his hard work and discovering his innate intelligence, this country boy did very well while at the College of Idaho, as you've heard. Because of this transformation, he caught the eye of Professor George Wolf. Warren's life changed again. Because of the professor's keen eye for talent, Professor Wolf helped Warren get a scholarship to the University of Chicago, and from there he embarked on his remarkable legal career few even dream of. From Chicago, again, with the help of Professor Wolf, he began to clerk for the Supreme Court, Justice McFadden, and came full circle when he joined our court in 2007. It's not as if he was a stranger to the Supreme Court, as he had already heard at least 20 cases in front of the Supreme Court throughout his storied career. Warren retired on the last day of 2017. His 49 years of work in the law and the core values of Idaho's sagebrush plains now furnishes this gift to the place that changed his life. The land may have formed Justice Jones, but the College of Idaho, its professors, and especially George Wolf added a bright finish. The College of Law has as two core values close faculty-student interaction and transformational opportunities. The life of Warren Jones is a living example of those core values. The story of Justice Warren Jones is not only his, but the College of Idaho's success story. If Warren were here, he would say it was Professor Wolf and the growth nurtured by this college that bears the fruit we're talking about here today. Thanks to Justice Warren Jones, his wonderful and loving wife, Karen, as well as their children, for sharing with the College of Idaho and, most importantly, its citizens, this gift. Thank you, Warren.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Justice Burdick. We appreciate you being here and sharing that about Warren Jones and this new scholarship. I'd be remiss if I did not mention it was a great honor for the college to be recognized by U.S. News and World Report this last year as the number 4 school in the nation for social mobility and number 1 west of the Mississippi. And I just couldn't help thinking about that when you talked about going from Arco to Chief Justice of the Idaho Supreme Court. And
Excuse me, he was not Chief Justice. He was a justice.
oh, he was just okay. Sorry. Well, thank you.
He had more brains
To be Chief Justice. Gotcha. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, it's a remarkable rise, and it's clearly something the college has been doing for a long time, to have done that in the 60s and long before then and continue to excel in that now. Thank you so much for sharing about Warren and Mike and everything that you've done. I remember seeing him at the basketball games just recently before he passed, and we just really appreciate the family. And thank you all for coming to support this. For the media, if you'd like some interviews, just hang out and we'll be able to get those for you. And again, thank you all for coming, and go Yotes.